Hi everyone, it's Shannon from Sampantasley Shannon. So I just received my March paper pumpkin box, and the title of this box was Here's to You. And it is very much nature, national park kind of themed. So it's got a lot of really great stuff, a lot of really pretty things in it. And I wanted to walk you through what is in this box. So I have not opened any of this today, so let's get started. So first off, it comes in this cute little designer box that matches the papers and all of that on the inside. And there's the Here's to You March. So go ahead and open it up. So the first thing that we see here is just additional information about other designs that you can make for this. And right away we get our stamp set. So let's actually use that to see what our stamp set looks like. Oops. So we've got Here's to You. All the best for a happy, healthy, and prosperous year. Congratulations, happy birthday. May your journey through life take you to many new and exciting places. So these are really awesome stamps, lots of awesome sentiments. We've got some trees, some birds, and some beautiful flowers, which remind me a little bit of the corner bouquet set that was in the celebration brochure. So those are super cute stamps. And then as part of the promotion for this month, you also received some stencils. So you received a stencil set, so you also got the sponge with it. So let me pull these out here. And actually, let me bring this white paper back so you can see. So we've got some clouds. And we've got some stars. And a sun. And you could do, I've seen fun things where people will do like half of the sun. So it looks like a sunrise or a sunset, depending on the color that you use. Or of course you could do the full thing. And then also some mountains. Those are really pretty. I like those a lot. And I think they're designed so that you could do multiple layers. So you could do the mountains and then kind of do the snow caps on the mountains as well. And we received the sponge. So now these sponges can actually be cut into littler pieces. So you literally will take just a pair of scissors and just chop it up into, some people do 8, I do 6, but you could do 6 or 8 pieces of these different sponges here. Exact same as what would come. You could buy these 3 for, I think, $4. It is part of the Stampin' Up! Product line. So you can buy these if you decide you really like them. But the idea behind these is you will put ink on your sponge, and then you can rub your sponge over the top of your stencils, and then it'll create the design that is in here. And I will say that these can be rinsed out. So if you are using a pink ink or a blue ink, you can rinse your sponge out. Just make sure that it dries completely before you use it on a different ink pad. And again, if you cut it into 6 pieces, then you would essentially get, 6 different little pieces that you could use for different colors. So if you're doing multiple colors on these stencils, you could go ahead and do it all at once and then kind of rinse out your sponges. But this is my standard sponge. I use this one for everything. So you can see it has a little bit of discoloration from a blue color, but I just rinse it out every single time, and I have no problems with reusing them for other colors. So it's a way of, again, getting more out of your craft supplies here. I also have used that one for gold leafing, so you can see that that's what's all over my paper now. So we'll throw that off to the side there. And then we also have our Stampin' Spot. So this month's color is Calypso Coral, which is fun because I have the big stamp pad, but I don't think I have a Stampin' Spot of Calypso Coral. And again, Stampin' Up! Won't send a Stampin' Spot of the same color for 12 months. So if you purchase a subscription for Paper Pumpkin that is a year long, within that 12 months you should not receive another Stampin' Spot of the same color. So last month's was Mossy Meadow, this month's is Calypso Coral. We may receive another Mossy Meadow in 11 months, but it won't be any time before that. So it's a great way to grow your collection of Stampin' Spots, which are perfect for your Stamparatus. So let's go ahead and finish opening this. So as always, they wrap it in a piece of tissue paper, which I instantly throw on the floor and give to my cat. And then I can open up this too. So I think a few times ago I struggled to open this for like 10 seconds, and I was like, oh my gosh. So now I just put my scissors over here so I don't have to struggle with it as much anymore. let's see. So we've got a whole bunch of cute stuff. So, of course, on the bottom, we always have the instruction booklet. So it shows you there are 2 different types of cards. It makes a total of 8 cards. And then, of course, just a quick flash. It gives you all the instructions for how to make those cards that you see on the front here. And then again, always as on the back, they have the different websites that you can go to kind of get additional ideas for what you can do with this box. And they give you a couple of those here and on this other sheet of paper that they also sent in with it. So very fun information there. And then they give you the mini dimensionals this month. So usually you get full-size dimensionals, which I have a tiny little piece left right here. And these are the minis. So these are probably about maybe a third of the size of a regular dimensional. So perfect for tiny little pieces. And it looks like there are some pretty small things that we'll get to in a minute here. So it looks like maybe those minis are going to be perfect for these little white pieces on the card here. And then we get some linen thread. That is perfect. I love that. And of course, I always have leftovers. I think most people have leftovers for their supplies, so it would not surprise me if you had a ton of linen thread left over, which is perfect for other cards. I use it quite frequently. I think a lot of stampers do. And then we've got some craft paper envelopes, and these are unlined, but they actually give you the liners. Fun. So usually the liners are actually adhered into the envelope, so you can't, you'd have to cut open the envelope. But this is genius. They've actually separated them now, so you can use this paper for your card, or you could slide it in and attach it into the envelope to make a liner for your envelope. So you just score at this mark here on your liner here, and then it would just be a liner for the envelope. So that is, again, completely up to you, but you can definitely use these pieces of paper as liners, or you can use them as, just regular paper to use for your crafting. And they're cute enough. They're definitely cute enough. So you've got this little flowery print one here, and then these little color blocks. Cute. So of course we get 8 craft paper envelopes because we get 8 cards to make. And then we get 4 of the pink card base, and it has the sun design on it. And if I pull this back over, this is the design that you'll make for it. So you can see you add the trees, you add the cloud die cuts. We haven't got to those things yet. And then you add this, not really exactly sure what that is, but we'll get to that soon. And then some linen thread on there. And then, of course, the Here's to You stamp. But, of course, they give you many different options for stamps. So you could definitely stamp congratulations or happy birthday, what have you. So you get 4 of this card base here. And, again, they're just white blank on the inside. And then I'm going to actually skip because I see the other card base here. So I'm going to skip down a little bit so we can see the second card base. So we get just some, this looks like Pretty Peacock to me. Let's see if it says that on here. Yep, Pretty Peacock. So this is the Pretty Peacock card base here. And if you're ever interested to know where those colors are, they're on the bottom left-hand corner of the back side of your paper. So right here, it'll say Coordinating Stampin' Up! Colors. So this month's are Bumblebee, Calypso Coral, Old Olive, Petal Pink, Pretty Peacock, and Seaside Spray. So this is Pretty Peacock here, this card. So we get 4 of that card base. And then we get, these are all our fun little additions here. So we get some itty bitty little white rectangles to add our sentiments. And we get 4 larger white rectangles. So you can see these are going to be perfect to go with those minis. I think the big ones might, yeah, they'd be just slightly too big on that. So that's probably the reason that they gave us the minis this month, which is awesome that they thought of that, because you can cut these. Sometimes if I don't have my minis out, or if I just have like this much left over of a regular sized Stampin' Dimensionals, I'll actually just cut them up into little pieces, and you can see these are actually the little edges of them. But I'll just cut them into littler pieces and use them. I mean, you don't want to waste anything, right? So I will cut all of those off and use them as well. And I think a lot of people do that too. And then these are the front pieces to the Pretty Peacock card here. And so you can see that on this sample card here, they stamped the birds, which is, hopefully you can see it, this stamp right here. So they stamped the birds, and then they stamped the sentiments. And I just saw someone earlier today that used Wink of Stella and colored in the ocean. So that is super fun. I thought that you could make the ocean shiny, like it's being, like the sun is shining right on it and glistening. So that's awesome. Such a cute idea. So then you get 4 of those. And then we get, let's move this guy out of the way. He keeps falling. So then we get 4 of the yellow cloud die cuts and 4 of the pink. And these ones are skinnier than the yellow. And then the skinniest of all are these plain green ones down here, which is what was on this card here. So we see the smaller pink, the larger yellow, and then the small skinny green. And then also we can see that they stamped those birds in that yellow cloud line there as well. So let's move this out of the way. And then lastly, well, I guess maybe not lastly, because we also got these cute little dots. We get these in every package, and I guess they would be most similar to Stampin' Up's glue dots, but they're not quite the same as glue dots. They're a little bit thinner than glue dots, but they're really fun. I mean, I definitely use all the rest of these, so I just leave them on my desk, and I use them just like I would dimensionals, but when I don't want as much of a dimensional, if I don't want something to be popped up quite so much. So these are super useful. And then we get these tree lines here. And so these are used on the pink card base, or the Calypso Coral card base, with the design that's already kind of printed on it. So this one here. And so that's how they've used it here. And of course, again, you can make these cards however you like. There's, the world is your oyster. You can do whatever designs your heart desires. You can cut and use pieces for other cards or other things. But if you're wanting to do quick and easy crafting and you want it to be pre-coordinated, if you work full time and crafting can sometimes be a chore because you got to get everything out. So if you get the paper pumpkin boxes to do easy crafting, then their designs are always beautiful. And the goal with these trees that they have done is you would just line it up with the corner here, and then you would have that dimension of, well, I guess maybe up a little bit. There we go. So you would have that dimension of those trees on there as well. Super cute. So you get 4 of those, or actually you get 8 of those. You get 8 of those. And you have 4 cards to put it on. So you'll have either extras, or you could use them for the other card. Or of course you can try to figure out how to put even more trees on this pink card base as well. And I think that is it. So of course they always give you extra cardboard. And again, I always recommend people, it's like super thick, but also clean cardboard. So I always recommend to keep this for a water painting or doing any type of salt technique, or anything that involves spritzing, anything that involves water. These are really good because then you can kind of tape it down to this, and it gives you a little bit of a sturdier surface to work on without having to, tape it to a table or something like that. So it's movable and sturdy. So always save that. And then also, I wanted to talk about next month's kit. So next month's kit is so cool. And it is designed for both children and for adults. So I think the concept of the kit was that you can do it with your kids. So they have, and kids, your kids being your neighbor, your grandkids, your kids, your nieces, your nephews, whomever, whichever, all the kids you love. So you can do it with any of those kids, and the kit is basically friendly for them. So they'll have stickers, and it's a fun theme. It is so cool, and it is popsicle / ice cream theme. And it matches the Sweet Ice Cream stamp set to some degree. So the Designer Series paper and the Sweet Ice Cream stamp set and the Ice Cream Builder Punch will coordinate with the So Cool Paper Pumpkin kit. So I believe you'll get to make 8 cards. And I know for a fact that 4 of them are shaped like popsicles. So if you were to, I guess, this one with the stick, so like the actual popsicles, And if you look on my Instagram, you can see like a sneak peek of what the box, like the coordinating colors for the box and things like that. So definitely take a look at that. But again, it's designed for you by yourself or you and some kids. So if you know you're going to be visiting your kids now that, you know, hopefully things are getting slightly back to normal, and or if you want to send this to your child, to a child that you love, you can definitely send it to them, and they should be able to kind of put things together and start their journey in paper crafting. So I loved this kit. I'm super excited for it. There should also be refills available. So after all of the kits have shipped, Stampin' Up! Will put out refill kits. So refill kits include all of the paper products and the accessories. So it'll include the dimensionals and the thread, and it should include all the card bases, the die cuts, the sticker, the little, did I already miss them? Oh boy, I already lost. Oh, here they are. These little dots, it should include the dots. It'll include the Stampin' Spot, I believe, but it won't include the stamps. And actually it might not include the spot. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I know for a fact that it does not include the stamps. So if you do like all the paper and you're not, you know, it doesn't matter if you have the stamps or if you love these cards and you've already made them and you want to make more, you can definitely buy the refill kit. I think they usually run about $10, but you have to be a current subscriber in order to purchase the refill kits. So you can't just go and buy them. So you'd have to subscribe and then purchase the refills. And I don't know if in the refill kits they will have the stencil set or not. I would suspect probably not because it was a free gift with purchase, but perhaps they will. Just before you go on, if you're going to purchase the refills, just make sure you scroll down to that product detail section and read everything that comes with it. So that way, you know, if you're going to buy it, you're not going to be disappointed when you receive it. And of course, you're welcome to reach out to your demonstrator or to me, and I'm definitely willing to kind of see what all is included in that and get back with you. And if you're interested in Paper Pumpkin or have any questions about it, feel free to reach out to me. Again, I'm so grateful to be able to talk to you today about the March Here's to You Paper Pumpkin box, and I hope you'll consider joining Paper Pumpkin. Have a great weekend.